as time flies by, you'll open up your eyes wide. You feel it's gonna go your way. Hey, hey, it's a brand new day. Hey, 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 it's a brand new day.
Our wonderful roving reporter for Arts and Culture, James, was in Benahavis this weekend at the art exhibition that was held in the Gran Hotel. I was actually chatting with a lady about that last week, so the grapevine lunch. So really nice to know that you went along. Was it fun?
It was fun. It was well worth going to. I mean, there are a lot of fairly amateur artists, but there are one or two really quite talented ones. There's a very talented potter there as well. And one of the nice things they do is they have an exhibition of children's work, and whoever wins the prize gets the front cover of the next art magazine, which comes out quarterly.
Well, that's a very nice honour for a child to see their artwork on a cover of anything.
Yeah, no, I think that's a very good idea. And it's quite a large exhibition. It covers 2 floors of the Grand Hotel. And there is a bar downstairs, which helps. And it's very good, well worth going to. They do it once a year at about this sort of time, and it's definitely something that one wants to put in one's diary.
When you say new artists, and I imagine a lot of local artists are participating, as an art expert yourself, how do you appreciate new artists, local artists, people who just suddenly feel inspired, put pen, paint, anything to canvas? How do you evaluate that?
That is the most difficult question, and I've been asking myself that for better than 50 years. You can only put it down to gut feeling. You suddenly, it's like you taste a wine and you think, wow, that is good. And it's the same sort of thing. You look at something and it hits you in the stomach and you think, wow, has that got some talent?
So things literally do speak to you. When you see it, you just feel it. And I suppose all your years of experience working in the profession must help you then see, I suppose, is it the techniques? Is it, what kind of things stand out?
It's a combination of all of them. And it's very difficult to verbalise about. It's just something, when you see it, you know it. But it's very difficult to tell somebody else what to look for. Sounds terrible, doesn't it? But it is just that. It's just something, you look at something and it just rocks you back. But you don't see it very often, sadly.
Well, I heard you chatting with Felicity Navarro, and the passion that came out of you when you were talking about a Russian art exhibition that's in Malaga, that just started in Malaga, that appealed to you and you were very excited about it, and there's a unique opportunity, something we may never have again. Why is this such an exciting moment for Malaga?
It's an exciting moment, not only for Malaga, but for the whole of the West. I mean, these pictures just have never come out of Russia. And a lot of them have been completely and utterly hidden by the Soviets, because there were 2 schools of painting going on in Soviet Russia. The ones that were employed by the state and, big strapping girls driving tractors. And then there was the undercurrent of what is usually the most interesting work, and that hasn't been seen. And so I think to have the opportunity, and for Malaga to be given that opportunity, is something really, says something about what people are thinking about southern Spain and the art world down here.
Well, we've always saying that there's not enough culture here, and it's very nice that we have people who actually do take this to heart to enhance Marbella's cultural activities. But a trip to Malaga is well advised. We have some fabulous museums and art exhibitions and all kinds of exhibitions going on in Malaga. You also half live between Malaga. You have that advantage. Where do you go to? What places should we be going to visit?
Well, of course, obviously, the Picasso must be number 1, as it's one of the most visited museums in the whole of Spain, if not the most visited. The Thyssen is a changing exhibition from Baron Thyssen's collection. And certainly the Russian Museum. Now, of course, the Pompidou, which is down on Nueve Uno, on the port. Some of those exhibitions have been, to my mind, a little iffy, but I'm sure it'll improve. And there's just so many other little museums going on. And of course there's the big municipal exhibition that's just opened up after all these years. And so Malaga, having been somewhat of a cultural desert for many years, has suddenly, the rain has fallen and it has blossomed.
It was just the words that were coming to my mind, the blossoming events that are going on regarding culture, whether it's arts exhibitions and musical events, and this is what we're hoping James will keep us in contact with, because unfortunately we tend to find out about these things after the event, and so if you would like to go to these things, it makes it very difficult if they're already over.
Sadly, nobody lets me know. If people let me know, I can let people know. But it's something about there's a sort of closed shop in a way.
Well, it's this thing we talk about, and actually this is one of the subjects of the United Nationalities Summit the first year, was the inability, the difficulty to communicate amongst our community. How do you let people know about age concern? How do you let people know that there is an event going on? And this is something that we need to hashtag Better Together work on, how to create these lines of communication.
Well, you're doing your bit for it.
Yes, I'm doing my bit, but we do need to pass it on and let people know if you've got something going on and you've got an event coming up. This now is Marbella Now's person of contact. James Kayll is waiting for you to contact if you've got an exhibition coming up and you don't want to miss it. When you send things to me, I'm from now on, he doesn't know this yet, but going to be sending them on to James.
Oh, I'd be delighted.
So you don't miss it.
I'd be delighted.
Thank you so much, James. Really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Absolute pleasure.
Yeah, I'm here in Marbella, but it says here I'm in La Canada.
If you haven't mastered the lingo, don't worry. Linear Director has a free GPS geolocator service that will come and find you.
Hey, hey.
Good afternoon and welcome again to our program. This week we're again at Pharmacy Restaurant, which is a wonderful restaurant for vegans and vegetarians. Very, very healthy food. And most people that come here are, of course, animal lovers. And so am I. For you who have never seen me before, my name is Lily and I am a volunteer at AAA. AAA is a rescue center, and at the moment we have about 250 to 300 dogs as well as 200 cats. Every week I bring a little doggy, and this week I'm bringing Mariposa. Mariposa is a tiny little butterfly cross Chihuahua. She was found on the beach wandering around and brought to AAA. No chip, not castrated, and nobody ever came to claim her. So she's now up for adoption. She has been sterilized in the meantime, and she's a wonderful, lively little doggy. She's about 1 year old, and she loves to be in a family because a shelter is not a nice place for a doggy to be. It's a good place when you have no other place, but it's not a hotel. So please consider, if you're wanting to adopt a dog, to visit AAA. We have many, many dogs. Young ones, baby ones, old ones, medium ones, small ones, big ones. Usually the little ones, like this one, will be adopted fairly quickly. But I'm always pleading for the bigger dogs and a bit of the older dogs, because they tend to be in the shelter for a long time. And we don't really want that. Nobody would want to be in a shelter. So always consider also, if it's possible, to adopt a bit of a bigger dog if you have the place and if you have the time. The bigger dogs and the older dogs definitely need a home as well. We do get a lot of dogs coming in. Oh, she's losing a little bit of hair, probably from nerves. So anyway, we have a lot of dogs for adoption as well as cats. Come and visit AAA. Also, we do a lot of events because we need to raise money to look after all those dogs and all those animals. At the moment, there is an event on Valentine's at Conrad's restaurant, and I'm very happy to say thank you to everybody who booked, because it's fully booked. So unfortunately there's no room, but we'll keep you informed about our next event, and that will probably be in March. And we will do the yearly dog walk on the boulevard, but we will get some more information on that when it's all planned and ready to go. Other than that, please do become a member of AAA. It's only about €5 a month, which is like a cup of coffee a week. It will support AAA on an ongoing basis. We can look after the animals because without your help, we cannot do it. So please go to our website, become a member or make a donation, as we really need it all the time. Thank you very much, and I'll see you next week with another new doggy. Thank you.
Hey, hey.
Es un gran halago tener seguidores del programa que no hablan nada de inglés, así que muchísimas gracias a vosotros. Estoy encantada de decir la verdad. Los que no habláis inglés, os comento que los viernes a las 11 de la mañana estoy en el programa de Eva Vien en la radio de Radio y Televisión Marbella, con un invitado de nuestro mundo internacional para que vais conociendo las oportunidades que existen tanto a nivel personal como de negocios si mezclamos nuestras comunidades. Muchísimas gracias por seguir el programa. Thank you for joining the program. I was just telling the Spanish followers of our program that I'll be on the radio tomorrow morning with Eva Vien because we have an international Spanish speaking member of our community that joins us every week on a Friday at 11 o'clock. Well, that's it for the program this evening. Hope you enjoyed the show, meeting our local guests, finding out more about our community. Take care of yourselves, be nice to each other, y hasta mañana.